Hello, I'm Martin from DOLAR, and today I'd like to introduce to you our powerful pulse induction machine from Garrett, the Garrett Atx.
The Garrett Atx is a compact machine designed and manufactured in America to military specification. The rugged outside exterior is ideal for the harsh environments of the goldfields. The standard ATX package comes with a 12-inch coil, headphones, rechargeable batteries and charger. There's also a sling to reduce weight. The 12-inch double D coil is connected to the control box with a telescopic shaft. The armrest position is adjustable and the machine is completely waterproof to 3 meters. It employs an easy to use interface, which we are now going to look at in detail. The on-off switch is located beneath the armrest. On the left, you have the sensitivity control. It's advised to raise the sensitivity as high as you can for the environment that you're in. To the right, we have our threshold control. The threshold is a really useful tool for ensuring that we've set up our machine correctly. Frequency shift is a really important feature of the ATX. Because it's a pulse induction machine and extremely sensitive, it's important to compensate for outside interference from EMI or other machines. The process takes approximately 60 seconds. For this video, we've sped the process up. We'll look at this in detail later. Here we have a 2-gram nugget. Using the pinpoint function, if we press and hold the button, we'll get a large signal when the target is directly underneath the center of the coil. In many locations with gold nuggets, ferrous targets are a real problem. Using the 12-inch double D coil, the ATX employs an iron check function. To ground balance the machine, we need to access the secondary functions. Press the shift button so the red light is illuminated. Then press and hold the ground balance button. Pump the coil up and down and the machine will compensate for ground mineralization. When there is no response from the ground, we're ready to detect. Ground balancing the machine properly allows us to remain sensitive to really small nuggets which other detectors would lose. The secondary features of each button are accessed by hitting the shift button. When the red light is illuminated, the control written in red is now accessible. Here, our sensitivity control has become our discrimination control. Increasing to maximum will reduce the response from ferrous targets. Our pinpoint button has a secondary function of motion and non-motion. Motion, we can see the LEDs moving from left to right. Here, the target must be moving in order for the detector to respond. If we press twice and see 5 LEDs stationary, we're in non-motion mode. Here, if the coil remains stationary over a target, it will still respond. Using the secondary function of our threshold controls, we can adjust the volume. Lowering the volume will lower the response to different targets. Increasing the volume will increase the intensity of the response from a target. To adjust the shaft length, rotate the twist locks anti-clockwise. Extend them to a comfortable level and then tighten by rotating clockwise. One of the first tasks when we switch on the machine is to perform a frequency scan. When performing a frequency scan, it's important to keep the coil away from the ground and any other metal targets. Hold the machine steady during this process. Frequency scan takes approximately 60 seconds, and once the machine has selected the quietest operating frequency, you will hear 3 beeps to confirm. And now our frequency scan is complete. Our next task is to compensate for ground mineralization. Find an area free of metal targets, press the shift button, hold the ground balance button, pump the coil up and down. Continue this until there is no response from the ground. Now we're balanced and ready to detect. One of my favorite features on the ATX is the iron check function. First, let's take a listen to a 0.6 gram nugget. Now we'll press the iron check button, wait for 2 beeps, and scan again. You'll notice that the signal strength has reduced significantly, but we're still getting a high tone. If we take our first target and listen to the response from this, we can hear a really strong signal. Press and hold my iron check function. And now when we scan, we can hear that low growling sound, which indicates that this is a bad target. To adjust the discrimination level, we need to access our secondary functions. Press the shift button so that the red light is illuminated. Now our sensitivity controls have changed to discrimination controls. Here we have discrimination at maximum. Our first target gives us no response. While checking this area, I found a target which I suspect may be ferrous in nature. Here we're going to employ the iron check function to check the target. Press and hold the iron check, wait for 2 beeps, and scan the target. We hear a low growling tone which indicates to us that the target is not desirable. Using this same target, we're going to demonstrate the difference between motion and non-motion. In motion mode, we have to move the coil in order to hear the target. To change to non-motion mode, press your shift button to access secondary controls. Press the motion non-motion button twice until we see 5 stationary LEDs. Now we are in non-motion mode. Even if we hold the coil stationary over the target, we'll still hear a response. In non-motion mode, the detector can sometimes drift or overload. Just press the retune button quickly. In motion mode, this same button acts as pinpoint.
Pinpoint mode. Just to demonstrate pinpoint mode. Found the signal, and you find exactly where it is. Press and hold the pinpoint button. And now we'll get a loud signal when we're directly over the target.
The standard ATX package comes with a 12-inch double D coil. For large deep targets, you can get the ATX Deep Seeker package, which comes with an additional 20-inch coil. And for small shallow targets, an 8-inch monocoil is also available.